Hello and welcome to the Super Awesome Comic Review Show. I am Foxy, and this is not the top 5. Nope, slowly shifting formats here. So this week I'm just going to talk about a bunch of books I liked with no particular formatting. We'll see how that feels. Marvel had a really strong showing this week, from Howard the Duck to Invincible Iron Man, the new Miles Morales Spider-Man #1. Captain Marvel continues to rocket with #2. Speaking of rocketing, Rocket Raccoon and Groot #2 came out. It was great. New Amazing Spider-Man was a great issue. But I'm going to say my favorite issue from Marvel this week, the focal point, is going to be Vision, issue #4, which... wow, this is a surprising book from Marvel. It just continues to go deeper and deeper down this super dark rabbit hole. And it's all about murder, secrets, and the descent into madness, which is really not what the covers would lead you to believe, as they're very suburban lifestyle, the Vision family. And it doesn't work out so well when you've got all of this darkness surrounding it, and just the fact that you can't possibly fit in when you're red and green androids. Yeah, so it's not going well for them, and this family unit is being torn apart, sometimes literally. So check out Vision if you haven't yet. It is surprisingly good. It's really well written, but really what's truly surprising is that Marvel is putting out such a dark and murdery book. Yeah. Also, a lot of strong showings this week from Image Comics. We've got new issue of The Walking Dead. We've got Emma Rios' new series Mirror, which is kind of hard to wrap your head around, intentionally so, but beautiful all the same. And, what is obviously going to be my favorite from Image Comics this week, Paper Girls #5. It's the end of the first arc. Brian K. Vaughan, Cliff Chiang, killing it as usual. And, yeah, we get some answers. We get a heck of a lot more mysteries. And we're not going to get another issue till June. So I guess I'll take the time to maybe decode some of that alien language in the meantime. But hell of a ride so far. Also out this week from Boom Studios via their Boombox line or otherwise, we've got the new Giant Days issue 11. Claws #3 from Grant Morrison and Dan Mora continues to be awesome. Both those books have great art, great writing. But my particular favorite from this week, and not just because it's got talking animals in it, but that's always a plus for me. Kennel Block Blues from Ryan Ferrier and Daniel Bayliss, my bad. It's weird, man. This is a weird book. Also fairly dark, but it's about basically a dog that gets sent to the pound, but it's played like a prison story with gangs and shankings and all that. And then a really interesting feature is our main character is in denial about this whole situation, and he deals with it by hallucinating or imagining like cartoon song sequences all throughout it. So he's imagining people are like giving him back massages and singing about how everything's gonna be okay, while they're really like beating the crap out of him. So really interesting tone on this one. It's gonna be a 4-issue series, definitely worth your time. The art's great, the designs are interesting, and it's definitely a story I have not checked out before. Also out this week from No Brow Press, Mean Girls Club. It's a little one-shot. It's a part of their 17 by 23 project. It's a graphic short story project designed to help talented young graphic novelists tell their stories in a manageable and economic format. The hope is that while the series encourages artists to write one-off stories, it can act as a springboard for more ambitious projects. And I could definitely see Mean Girls Club fitting that entirely. Like, it could become an ongoing series very easily, but as it is right now, it's kind of a standalone art piece about these bad girls that you might see in like an old haunted horror, weird love kind of EC crazy comics. And basically it's just 24 pages of femme fatales murdering and stealing and drinking poison, and it's crazy. The art's awesome, and it pays homage to a lot of that cool pre-code comic stuff. Also out this week from DC Comics, we've got Prez Volume 1, Corn Dog in Chief. This was a very interesting first arc from DC Comic. Definitely unusual offering from DC. It's very, especially with the political season ramping up, it's very relevant. And it's talking about basically how impossible it is for anything other than money to get stuff done in politics, except for this girl just gets a lot of political capital by being a meme superstar, and she's the leader of the free world, the quote-unquote free world. So it's interesting to watch her appoint a cabinet based on merit and brains rather than money and affiliations, and it just kind of goes on from there. There's war machines that are sentient and then have gender identity crises, and it gets into some really interesting socio-political stuff, so definitely check that out. And I will say, in addition to Mark Russell's thought-provoking script, Ben Caldwell's art is rather lovely. And last thing I'm going to talk about this week is out from Titan. There's the new Skydoll Decade Collection. It's a hardcover collecting 10 years of Skydoll comics. And it's not complete because they are working on a new story right now, it says within the pages of this book. But this is basically everything that's come out from Skydoll so far, including some guest artist pinups, and it's really awesome. For those of you unfamiliar with Skydoll, I'll just read the back here. Vibrant, controversial, and unique, Skydoll by Alessandro Barbucci and Barbara Canepa is a beautiful, surreal exploration of love, religion, and what it means to be human. In this collected edition, Noah, the sweet and gentle android, is rescued from a life of servitude, but freedom comes at a cost. And for Noah, the price might just be a little too high. So, check that out. It's an awesome collection, it's an awesome comic, and that is it. That's it. This week was big. I have been Foxy. You have been the audience. This has been the Super Awesome Comic Review Show. Farewell. Oh yeah. Be a feminist.